legal profession will be her immediate priority following discussions with President Bola Tinubu during a courtesy visit to the State House.
I continue to reach out to members, to stakeholders, so that we can work together to improve things, to heal the hurt anyone has, and to just continue to ensure that we do things to make sure that the NBA continues to fulfill its role to society.
Okay, you can just go through this one.
Yes, thank you very much. INEC, I'm particularly not very happy with INEC, and I will say it the way it is. Why can't we just be voting with our national identification number? Why must we spend so much money to print a permanent voter's card, and on that day of the election you realize that either the card reader is not working or something is not working? Why is it that the change that we agitate for, as far as this is concerned, ends in some areas and some areas are not carried along? Let's assume after this process, continuous voter registration, immediately you clock 18, you should be able to vote the next day. Yeah. Nobody needs to register you for anything. Now the database,
it's not your choice to
decide to vote or not to vote. So why are we making it cumbersome? If there is synergy between Population Commission, Identity Management, and every other agency, it's just to go to the database. And you can do your voting without problem, because at the end of the day, they have to print the voters register. You have to go and check in the voters register. We can have the voters register online. At the world level, people can print voters register. For example, you don't need to call a general meeting to know everybody that is working in NTA. Every department will just tell you, these are the people working with me, and in less than how many minutes, everybody is through. So all these processes of having to extend PC collection, registration area, this is at the end of the day, the things they don't really work the way it is. Then the registration of political party, these are just some political drama that normally characterize any year you're going to have a general election. These are the drama. I remember Maurice Iwu and the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and it was a jingle for one of the popular TV stations then. If conducting a credible election is the last thing I would do it, when they had to print Atiku's name a few days before the election, because he won the case that his name should be included in the ballot paper. So most of all these, the registration, no disregistration, going to court here, not going to court there, it's part of the electoral process. But let us do it with the fear of God and make sure that we get the best out of it, because at the end of the day, it's affecting us as a nation. Instead of us to concentrate on the things that will make us grow as a nation, we'll be concentrating on those things that don't really add anything to us, and that will not be very good for us.
Okay, let's pause now for a break. See you when we return.
The thing, according to her, is to protect the image and encourage the whistleblower.
I think other states should be able to learn.
Welcome back to 24/7 in Review, where we take you back to those stories that shaped the week under review. Now, President Bola Tinubu met with the National Communication Team to receive public feedback on his administration, while also holding separate discussions on Nigeria's diplomatic engagement following recent attacks on foreign nationals in South Africa. And the federal government has dissolved the Presidential Implementation Committee on the alienation of federal government properties, transferring oversight responsibilities to the Attorney General in a move aimed at improving coordination and addressing long-standing legal disputes.
Legal disputes we have there, these things can always be corrected if we want to correct it. Most of the time, the way the civil service work and the way the government work, where everything we have to, a few people believe that implementation committee has outlived its usefulness before now, and now talking about legal disputes again. So the president is doing the right thing. Communication team, I think if I were to advise Mr. President, the whole nation should be part of his communication team. If he wants to get good feedback, he should get it from the people. Because sometimes even those that are briefing the president as far as information is concerned,
you can't get it all from all Nigerians now. So
no, the truth is,
at least these ones are getting feedback.
Yes, the feedback that you get. You remember there was a president, I think it is either President Jonathan or Buhari.
Okay, you used to have a press
live chat. Obasanjo did it too, where people will call, people will tell him what is happening. Because we have also realized that sometimes it is what they tell you, the organ that you will hear. I just made a comment now concerning what is happening in a place where they say there is no smoke without fire, about the outbreak or no outbreak. Somebody died. You have not been able to tell us the sickness that killed the person. You are saying there is no problem. There is no cause for alarm. So media chats will help, not because I'm a journalist, having a way. Look at, before now, we've not seen a president like Trump that goes to Twitter and goes to talk there directly by himself, and he gets some feedback, and even some people reply him and do some other things. So it's a good thing, but hearing from the people will be better, because sometimes the communication team, what they do is also to collect the information that they feel the president would want to hear, which might not be a true reflection of what is happening in Nigeria. At the end of the day, the president will be working with the wrong information. And looking at the diplomatic engagement with South Africa, I think South Africans are already suffering for what they have done. It's also good for us to put our nation in order so that there will be no need for people to travel too much. You can't stop people from traveling, but no need for people to travel too much. And the humiliation that comes with it is not very good for us as a nation.
Okay. Now let's take some stories on the global stage. Africa's economic future takes center stage as the Central Bank of Nigeria and WTO Director General Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala led conversations on trade, investment, and sustainable growth at the 7th Africa Emerging Markets Forum.
Not really attract foreign investment if your own domestic investors are not investing in the country and they don't have a good opinion of it.
And Nigeria has renewed its call for restraint between the Houthis in Yemen and Saudi Arabia, warning that further escalation could threaten regional stability, disrupt global trade and energy markets, and affect economics around the world. Now, Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye was in Mali for high-level talks focused on regional security, military cooperation, and trade, as both countries seek stronger collaboration against growing security challenges in the Sahel. And U.S. President Donald Trump says Washington is engaged in talks with Tehran and is preparing for discussion with Israel as diplomatic efforts continue amid tensions across the Middle East.
Tension in the Middle East has been something that
has always been tense.
It's always been there. We pray it gets better. My concern really is Africa's development agenda, which our own Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is championing. Africa should do more to make sure that we develop to the level where we don't have to depend on any other part of the world to survive. Senegalese president visiting Mali, let the unity in the region, the continent, let it be better, so that at the end of the day, somebody said something in Lumumba, some of you must have heard it. In Europe, they use euro, maybe apart from London. In America, you can drive and everybody's using the dollar. But in Ghana, here, different currency, different currency, Togo, different currency, Benin, different currency. We want to compete with those people that are, how many billions people are using one currency, and we want to use our own fragmented currency to compete with these people. So it doesn't make economic sense. So we have to do it in such a way that if Africa must develop, there are some form of unification and collaboration that we must get engaged in order to fight the rest of the world. If not, we'll just be speaking plenty grammar and nothing will come out of it.
Okay. Now take a look at your log. Which one is the story of the week?
My story of the week really is to really commend Nigerian police, the rescue of victims, bandits operation in Sokoto. If you look for a while now, you realize that our security agencies, I think maybe they've been doing this before, but they are communicating it more now. So people now hear more stories of victory in operations and some other things compared to before now, where the only thing that was always popular was the deaths, the attacks, and some other things. So I really want to commend the Inspector General of Police, IGP Disu, all the service chiefs and other military and paramilitary, then the JTF, the civilian JTF that is supporting them, the forest guard and everybody. If they keep up with this momentum with which they are going now, it will become a thing of the past in the nearest future, that no longer be having crimes and other form of attack here and there.
All right, thank you so much, Festus Fefan, Regional News Editor, Ben TV Nigeria office, for your analysis and always being around whenever you're called. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here. NTA, they say, is the mother of everybody. So being here is a privilege and an opportunity we take seriously, and we'll build Nigeria together, and Nigeria will be good. Well done for all you do. You have my support every time, every day, in whichever way we can make the program better.
All right, Nigeria will be good. And that's 24/7 in review. Thank you too for watching. See you again next time. Bye-bye.